battle for Minnesota's political future is taking shape this weekend. Democrats and Republicans are gathering for their state conventions. Several major decisions are coming down throughout the weekend, including endorsements in the race for U.S. Senate. At the Minnesota GOP convention in Duluth, some technical issues are causing questions about the results. Because some of those clickers weren't working at the time, there was a break during yesterday's proceedings. Some Republicans commented about the problems on social media, questioning the accuracy of the count. Ultimately, Kendall Qualls won the endorsement for governor over Minnesota House Speaker Lisa Demuth. The Republican Party of Minnesota has not commented on these balloting issues, and our Jessica Hart shows us how this nomination and the ones made at the DFL convention in Rochester will shape the race in November.
Two political parties, two different convention stories.
I think for the DFL convention, the story of the day is really no surprises whatsoever.
David Schultz, a political science professor at Hamline University, says Amy Klobuchar, Keith Ellison, and Peggy Flanagan winning the party endorsement for their races wasn't surprising.
Now, the advantage of getting the endorsement at the convention is that now you have access to the party lists and party resources.
Angie Craig dropped out of the DFL convention, leaving the door open for Flanagan. But Schultz says that doesn't mean Flanagan has the primary locked in.
The pattern oftentimes with Democrats is they get the endorsement at the convention, but they do not survive the primary.
He says Craig is banking on her name recognition, centrist ideology, and financial advantage to win the primary. In Duluth, the battle was between Lisa Demuth and Kendall Qualls over who would take the Republican Party endorsement for governor.
Well, with these two candidates, it's about sort of a contrast between, let us say, governability versus ideology.
When Mike Lindell was out, Schultz says his delegates swung toward Qualls. Unlike the DFL, winning the Republican Party endorsement carries a lot of weight.
Generally, what happens for the Republicans is that the convention endorsement, that candidate winds up still winning in the primary. There seems to be more ideological discipline or a greater discipline among the Republican Party in terms of the connection between convention delegates and primary voters.
The Minnesota GOP also made its nomination for Senate on Friday. Former Navy SEAL Adam Schwartz won the party's endorsement. Like Democrats Peggy Flanagan and Angie Craig, he will be vying for the seat currently held by outgoing Democratic Senator Tina Smith. Schwartz beat out former broadcaster Michelle Tafoya and 2024 GOP Senate nominee Royce White. Coming up in about 20 minutes, our chief political reporter Danny Spiewak introduces us to Senator Amy Klobuchar's running mate in her bid to become governor in this week's edition of On the Record. This week, some wild encounters in the South Metro suburbs. A black bear is marking new territory. Our Kent Erdahl shows us why it's not as out of place as you may think.
Here's something you don't see in Burnsville too often, or do you? A black bear wandered through a Burnsville neighborhood just after 9 p.m. Thursday night. Brandon Buckvold, who shared this video with me, tells me the bear walked right by his screen door while he and his wife were sitting just feet away. But he never realized it until he checked his camera hours later. Now, he also didn't realize bears were in the metro area, but the Minnesota DNR tells me these sightings are happening more and more often in recent years. They think the same bear spotted in Burnsville is behind up to 10 sightings between there and Chaska in just the past few days. And overall, the DNR tells me there have been nearly 3,000 sightings in the 7-county metro area alone in the past 10 years. Why? Well, more cameras are catching them and fewer guns are scaring them off or shooting them. I'm Kent Erdahl. Follow for more news.